Talk Show.
It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 567.
And we got Leon Shergren back in the studio. I got it right.
I'm applauding you saying my name correctly.
That's because I call you Sjogren mostly.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Thanks for coming back on the show, mate.
Thank you for having me.
He is a producer, executive producer for Fifi, Fev and Byron.
Yes, in Melbourne, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you're here to do a full retro on Mr. 97's performance as a producer. So
In 2019.
take it away.
Well, the hair's nailing it. It's all about looks. Basic T-shirt, great hair.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah, there you go, mate.
Lovely smile as well.
Yeah, yep.
Isn't it?
That's what you want. I guess as talent, what you want is having a producer smiling. I sometimes see now that radio is filming more and more, you can see the shots of the producers in the background.
Yeah.
And like half the time they're like just chowing down a souvlaki.
Wow, that's not a good producer. Always look like you're interested or laughing.
Any rules in the studio that you've enforced or that were there before you got there?
No, not really. I think everyone's pretty aware these days that these cameras are like they're live TV camera shot kind of thing. So you're cutting between shots constantly. So they're all aware they're on camera. And I think everyone these days are very relaxed with how they look as well. Everyone just expects
good.
breakfast radio. It's like we just got up.
I was watching Chris Fade's Instagram.
Yes.
He's on Virgin in Dubai.
Yeah.
And they have a policy you can't eat or drink in the studio. And so every time he's doing some form of like integration where the cafe's obviously giving him a free salad, he always prefaces it with, I'm just outside the studio. Like he's literally in the corridor eating the salad.
So we can't.
He can't eat.
Well, I'd like to say thank Coffee Office for my coffee this morning. Thank you.
Coffee Office.
It's actually across, very close to my place. Bree went there this morning. I went to, what's the duck one that I go to?
Pavlov's Duck.
Pavlov's
Found
Duck.
that place.
No,
Sorry.
I was a fan and then I wasn't. No longer.
You actually mentioned Pavlov's Duck like a year ago.
To you?
No, just on the show. And because I wasn't living around there, it never really connected
did I say?
until
Yeah.
I think you were talking about potentially some awkward interaction happened at a cafe.
My current barista from AU79, she worked at Pavlov's Duck.
Oh, really?
And I said to her, I remember you. Did you work at Pavlov's Duck? She was so blown away that I remembered.
Oh, that's nice.
And I was like, yeah, I remembered your great coffee.
Shergz, do you go there a bit? Because you went to this place when we went on our walk.
That's my local coffee place.
Okay. Very close to mine. I like that.
Yeah.
Coffee routine at the studio for for a show that starts at 6 a.m.
Unhealthy amounts of coffee in the morning. Like I think about it and go, it's really not good. I think I get a lot of indigestion, and I think it's because of coffee.
Heartburn is that the same?
Like heartburn, indigestion. Yeah. That sort of acidic, refluxy kind of thing. Sure. And I think I've nailed it down to, and I keep going, I should look into that. But I think it's because I wake up and I have like 3 coffees before I even eat anything.
Yeah.
And you're actually still laying down. As well.
It's just an intravenous drip.
Have you seen I saw that Jace Hawkins' partner, she was hungover in Bali.
I messaged him about this.
And so they have a drip for a hangover. Now, I've seen this in LA, the US, Bali.
Yeah. So I've heard it can happen in Australia, but I don't know if it's a very common thing.
There is a place in Melbourne you can do it.
Yeah, it's very expensive, I think.
But like LA, you can get it to your house and shit.
Yeah.
Bali, your point is, are they using Balinese water in that drip?
Well, yeah. I don't know if it's water. But yeah, no, I do wonder about the... maybe that's quite... I've been to parts of Indonesia before. I've been parts of Indonesia before where I went into a kitchen and I saw the way that meat was...
Why are you going into the kitchen?
Well, because I was at a conference.
I have to speak to the chef. This is bullshit.
No, I went in there and I saw some... But that was in Surabaya, a completely different part of Indonesia. It was sort of a little bit more sort of local. I guess they're sort of more sort of used to...
I know what you mean. If you don't have to have a needle in your body, don't do it, especially when you're in a foreign country.
Yes.
That's why don't get a tattoo in Bali.
That's a thing?
There is some really good tattoo shops in Bali. Like there's a lot of famous, but then there's the shitty ones, right? That lure in the bogans to get the Omni sign. You know,
what's the Omni sign?
Omni, it's like the yin and yang.
Oh, yeah. Is that called the Omni sign?
Omni?
Didn't know that.
Omni? Maybe I got that wrong. Look it up, says. Yin and yang. Omni sign. I'm pretty sure.
I like that.
I don't even know where I pulled that word from.
I don't think it's an Omni sign.
Omni
What
sign.
is an Omni sign, though? Have you got a tattoo
sign?
Shergz?
I've got a couple.
Oh, that's what you're looking at laser, aren't you?
Fuck that.
I am. We spoke about this the other day.
Yeah.
Have you got tattoos?
No, I got it
Tommy?
wrong. Yeah, I got one.
One.
Yeah, you should be able to get it through the show though. Stacey June got her dolphin removed from her lower back doing a integration of laser, like a laser removal.
Oh, that's good.
Onto the
I think
show.
you meant through this show.
Yeah, no, we could
Let's just do it here live.
Yeah.
No, but
we've got a laser upstairs. We use it for different. We use it as a laser cutter, but we could try.
I actually got into watching. I'm sure there's a TikTok account, but there's Insta accounts, high amounts of followers. This is Melbourne-based laser removal, actually Australia-based laser removal, one in Brisbane. And it's so addictive just watching them
Really?
get rid of it. So
Did Stacey say it hurt? Did it hurt?
I don't know. I just saw it
meant
from
to
afar,
hurt
you know. It's
more
peripheral content.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's meant to hurt more than getting it done.
I mean,
The
the
actual
people,
Wait, I don't really look. Maybe I just keep it. I
it's
don't care.
very quick. Like depending on the size, it could be like 5-10 seconds of that, and then it's done.
It's
Rather
literally
than hours.
There's a
work.
laser removal place right next to my house. Like it's the closest store
Yeah.
to my apartment before all the shops on that street. And I just find it weird because like I've never seen one anywhere else.
They're in tattoo parlors nowadays.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
okay.
they're offering tattoo removal. A lot of people get their sleeve taken off and then they do it again. So you can actually it's an etch-a-sketch, just
A
fucking
laser
shake
on the
it.
skin can't be good though.
It seems like having a Alcohol's Anonymous at a Dan Murphy's. It's sort of a little bit of a. But I guess
Where
You're
you
right.
made your mistake, you can go and rectify it.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
what they're
true.
saying.
Yeah.
Office Work sells the rubber as well as the pencil. It's a funny one. But you could do it through surely you could integrate it. Have you leveraged being the executive producer of, a very well-known breakfast radio show to get anything for free? I mean, there is clauses when you work in radio. It's like say for cash or pay for
Cash for comment.
cash for comment. Like people get
feels pretty
five
low.
votes.
I feel like that's kind of gone now. I remember hearing about that back in the day with like AM, maybe John Laws or like one of those big AM thingos, and got in a lot of trouble for cash for comment. I think when it's pretty obvious that they're doing it for that reason, it's fine. But when it's subtly just like dropping things in, that's a bit on the iffy.
But I mean, so you're not on air, but you're behind the scenes.
Yes.
Running the show surely there's an influence, and I want Mr. 97 to sort of just suck
Learn
and
from this?
learn everything about. Like, have you called somebody and just got them to sort of provide something, or you're wanting to show the team?
I've put both Fifi and Fev, the hosts I've worked with, actually in the past. Merrick Watts, the comedian, I worked with him as well. I put them on references for a rental application because they thought that someone gets to call one of these people, have a quick chat with them, and it's worked every single time.
How are they? Do they actually chat to them or no?
Well, they get the quick call and just go, just checking, and they go, work with him. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Is radio fun? This is your one chance to call.
And that was when you're renting, because now you've bought and you put Fev as the guarantor. He didn't even know.
He had no idea.
Is it true about Fev with being one of the top Uber Eats customers in Australia?
Yeah, so we, because I know he used to just get Uber Eats delivered to the radio studio in the mornings, even though we have producers that will run down and get a coffee or food for him. He's like, no, I want a bagel from the other side of town. What he would do is just go buzz out to a producer and say, hey, my Uber Eats is downstairs. Can you go grab it? That's how it works. But we noticed he was using it a lot, and even just at home, he would order second dinners. This is why he was doing Jenny Craig, I think. And I thought, let's just find out how much he is spending as well. So we went to Uber Eats' sort of head office and asked them if we could get that information. We had to fill out this really in-depth form and get them to sign it. So each Fifi and Fev to sign it to make sure they're okay with us having their data and
But
details.
luckily you have Fev's signature stored on
I've nailed it. Yeah. That's how I got my apartment. But they sent it away and sent it back. And he was in it was at top 0.01% in Australia. The other one above him was a corporate account for a business.
for a full team.
So I think it was around $35,000 in a year.
That's a lot.
Which is so much.
Yeah. I mean, what is it? I mean, that's getting to the point of just outrage, like just constantly ordering? What's the silliest thing that you saw him order through Uber Eats?
I don't think it was big, crazy ones. It was just a lot and little separate ones. I think he would get home and sort of cook something and then his daughter would go, "Oh, can I have Thai?" And she'd be like, "Yep, cool. Just order it."
Yeah.
So I'll just be having meals from around the world.
It's a good way of doing it because, like, back in the day, it was sort of like you had the option of eating what everyone else is eating or nuggets.
Yeah,
You know? Like
what
from-
is? I mean, but
yeah,
what does
like-
it do to you?
Well, as in like nuggets are always
frozen-
on the menu.
No, well, as in like when I feel like when you're growing up as a kid, there's things that you can have access to anything in the
Mum's
freezer.
like, "I made meatloaf for
Yeah,
everyone."
exactly.
You go, "I want nuggets."
Yeah. Well, no, you
You're a
literally.
brat. Eat the meatloaf.
No, I get it. No, but Mum, she loved the Canton. You know, like the Canton jars.
Yeah, yeah,
You use,
yeah.
like satay and all
It's
that.
still great.
Yeah, they're okay. Do you use Canton?
Oh, well, like the Coles or Woolies have their own sort of different premix ones sometimes. It's just an easy meal sometimes.
So when it comes to content, finding opportunities for content or seeing, like, what do you think the lens is when you're sort of in a show, you're a producer,
Yeah.
and you're observing the world? How is that? What is that observation of the world, and how do you convert to the
I
content?
think I've got to the point now where I know the on-air guys so well and how they would react almost to something. So that's the kind of lens for me, whether it's, a political thing, the PC police have gone too mad kind of thing, oh, we can't say this word anymore in schools. Fee gets really fired up about that. So I'm like, great, I reckon it's a good one to send her way or get Fev to tell her. So it's kind of that reaction.
Yeah.
So it's getting to know, I think the lens for me now is one, Melbourne, because we're a very Melbourne show. But then how would they react to it?
You could almost create a bit of fake news around PC stuff to Fee. I think that would be quite funny. Like people aren't allowed to wear shoes in shopping
But
centres
those
now.
stories, you don't need to make them up. Those stories are popping up now everywhere.
Over Christmas, Moreland City Council banned people from leaving out a 6-pack of beer for the Garbos that were working across the Christmas break.
They cancelled, so you couldn't do that, or you had to do that.
No, you can't do that.
Can you imagine
Illegal.
if you had
Illegal.
to?
You have to.
Yeah,
Can't give them a present. Can't give them the beers.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
Like, the council said no.
What about the pirate? You see that
Pirate?
there was a school that instead of having a Santa, they did like a PC pirate.
PC Pirates.
Can you have a look up that 97 what it was actually called? But it was like the everyone's pirate. It was sort of like this.
Why a pirate?
I guess like a pirate sort of detached to any one religion or one sort of.
Yeah. So everyone's beliefs are covered in.
Yeah.
But a pirate.
Yeah. What else could it be?
It's a sustainability pirate.
Sustainability.
They
pirate.
hold a fresh food picnic instead of a Christmas party.
What do you think of that, 97s? You would get around that?
Fresh food swap.
But like a pirate, like a character of pirate, Pirates of the Caribbean is it's a mild version of what pirates are.
Yeah.
Pirates are like alcoholic, murdering rapists.
At the school, I wonder if they're working with children. It's a good question.
They've banned ball sports at some schools.
The best one there was one, I can't remember which council it was. It was somewhere, north of here. But they banned balloons.
You know
No
what?
balloons anywhere.
I agree with that. I went to the Penguins the other month.
In Phillip Island.
Yes.
Yep.
And they did a big bit beforehand. I saw all these like
Sustainability pirate was there.
yeah. So there was big jars of straws and balloons and all this sort of thing, and they were all like, "Hey everyone, move from using balloons to bubbles to help save the penguins." And so I've actually normally, especially the radio part in me, always goes to like every radio producer needs a confetti cannon. Access to letters or numbers in the form of balloons.
Yes.
I think that's mainly it. That's the two things that
Ham
producers
giveaway.
need.
And that's all we need.
Yeah,
Access
Bataki
to
ham.
Bataki hams,
Was
yeah.
Bataki big? I didn't hear anything about Bataki this year. What?
No, I
Game
didn't hear-
changers really fucked them.
No, I didn't hear anything.
They've just gone a bit
You're right.
quiet.
They cut their spend.
Nova normally does it because they'd play the 3A derby.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We gave away Bataki ham.
but it wasn't
2018.
Bataki. It was
No,
a different
yeah,
one.
yeah.
We
Couldn't
got
get a
it.
Bataki.
No.
It was too expensive. We left it last minute, mate. Come on. We don't have you running around for us.
Yeah. And so, Mr. 97.
He actually wasn't with us then. It wasn't.
He wasn't
like,
born.
Well, so we hasn't got a ham for you this year.
Didn't get
Here's
a
a
ham for
challenge.
us
It's
in
Christmas
20.
Eve.
he doesn't eat much meat.
Nah.
So we're doing something. We did something with Hayden Dibb. Is that episode come out yet?
yesterday.
Yesterday. and 97 won't eat the chicken wings that Hayden's made. He doesn't like. Is it chicken on with bones? Is
Yeah,
that the issue?
any bones in the chicken.
I'm with
no
you
go.
on that.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
People that love chicken wings, I don't get it. It's like you're like scavenging for little morsels of meat between bones.
It's disgusting.
Just get a
It's great.
thigh.
I'm task orientated, so it's nice to be able to just see the target and I got to get that.
Oh,
I just feel like I never
it's just
leverage the full
saucy
chicken.
No.
So what about if it's that type of chicken, but like they're like if you go to a chicken place,
Yeah. So you're going
you
to
get
Coles
wings,
chicken?
No, I'm even
No?
thinking like you go to like those American style wing places. You can get like tenders.
Oh,
Be
yeah,
a tender guy.
I'd get a tender. Yeah.
Mr. 97 thought he was onto a winner when we were at what was it? Waffle House in the States.
Yeah, what was that place called? Ben
Oh, it's so
Bob's.
good. No,
It was Reese.
something like Reese.
If you look up on our Instagram, you'll find it. But it was an iconic
House.
waffle,
A Waffle House.
chicken and waffles.
I had chicken and waffles.
He got fried chicken breast and it had a fucking bone on it.
What?
Yeah, I thought I was being real smart and trying to get like a no bone piece of chicken.
Really?
And it came with a
Yeah,
big
it's
bone
horrendous.
on it.
Yeah.
Roscoe's.
Roscoe's.
Yeah,
Chicken
I've heard
and
of
Waffle House.
Roscoe's.
It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
good.
It's in like a movie. There's a bit of popular
Yeah,
culture
It's so
around that
good.
sort of thing.
It's so good. And so go on.
So you're not eating much meat or you're cutting it out completely?
I'll probably have meat twice a week.
Okay. Are you guys both still meat eaters after this year?
Yeah.
So many people I know have jumped on.
So I
going-
did veggie for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I just I wasn't doing it right. Like it felt like I was replacing it with Reese's peanut butter cups.
That's not a good substitution at all.
No.
No, I'm finding it really interesting this year with everything coming out that Christmas Day is going to be a real challenge for people, I think, because they get to it and go, oh, hang on, what do we eat today?
Yeah, I wonder if there's I guess there's the whole faux, like I was talking to a mate that was talking about the you're being to the deli that's like it's like a deli but like none of it's meat. I wonder
deli.
how I wonder how that would go, because I was asking him like, do people go in there thinking they're actually buying salami? He's like, yeah. And so he reckons that's the future.
Oh,
of
you
this.
think the goal is to trick people?
There isn't.
It's
I
just a
guess there's
big
an
prank.
element of like trying to make it as like universal as possible.
I
That's like you
was
just don't know.
At my son's Christmas party, and there was a sausage sizzle, and there was very limited sausages left by the time me and one of the other dads went over, and then he's eating it, and he's just like, I could see him, and I said to him, you know, that's not a real sausage. And as soon as he realised it wasn't a real sausage, he was so he was like,
What are the
like he was thinking it was a shitty tasting sausage, but he thought it was like, oh, is that fucking
Yeah.
But as soon as he realised it wasn't real, oh, what is this fucking thing? I get
It is mind over matter. It absolutely is.
So when you he wasn't, but when you work out it's
Yeah.
the fake stuff.
But eating less meat, I think, is a good thing. I think if we can reduce how much meat
Absolutely.
we're eating,
Nothing wrong with it. I think it's all positive. In terms of sort of that, the sensitivities that are 2019 moving into 2020, we're talking about the schools, the balloons, the meat.
Yeah.
What have you seen that has sort of really sort of rattled the team? Not even, but what's the consideration from a team perspective that it is metro radio?
Everything's got to be put through a filter again. Like these days now as well, because you go, "Fuck, if we say something like that, is that going to upset a whole different audience as well? But then also you don't want to filter yourself where it's to the point where everything is just bland and you can't have an opinion on things.
Yeah.
I think you've just got to be very careful with not overdoing it and smashing something every day, or because both Fifi and Fev this year have both flirted with becoming vegan. Fifi went vegan for about a week.
she also did a weekend where she watched every Netflix documentary, which is a real head fuck. Because by the end
and
of
that
it,
sounds like a wacky radio stunt, but that's just her because she was like, no, I'm going to...
I think that's
it's like a challenge almost.
Yeah.
Like, I reckon I could watch these without being affected. And she got affected for about a week.
Every meat, every what?
it was almost like it's like the
Like-
knives over forks. It's the
Yeah.
Conspiracy, yeah.
All those different ones, which she did point out as well, all are very conflicting ideologies
yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But Fev now has, since November, has become pescatarian.
Only fish.
He thought he was going to go vegan, and then he was like, oh, no, but he's going hard with pescatarian.
What's the Uber Eats choice for someone who's
Well,
going?
he gets a lot of Lobster Cave. Do you know that?
It's down near, that's
By
near him.
Morris, I think it is.
Yeah, near my mum and dad's place.
It's quite a famous like seafood restaurant called the Lobster Cave.
yeah.
And But he does a lot of
calamari.
posts on his Instagram with tagging of Lobster
Really?
Cave.
So there's some sort of deal.
Yeah.
That's
He's actually
the
got
new-
a private driver now, not Uber Eats, just from the Lobster Cave. I did wonder about that. Like, what? Maybe there's going to be a correction, but when was the last time you called up a restaurant, like a pizza place, to order and get delivery?
We do it all the time.
Really?
Oh, sorry, not delivery. We do it to pick it up. Yeah, getting the
Pick up, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Delivery, like there's something interesting about, like, I sort of miss opening the door and having like them wearing a uniform.
Yeah. I know a guy I went to primary school with. I see him. He's a pizza delivery driver for a local place that only they have. I don't think they have Uber. They have Menu Log, and then they have their own internal delivery guy.
Do you think they're suffering from that though? Because I feel like you'd lose a lot of business just because you're not on there.
I think this was the outcry 2017 of like people, you know, businesses are too affected. Everyone's leaned into it.
Everyone's leaned into
Got
it, though.
3 different services: Foodora, Deliveroo,
There's more
and
to-
Uber.
There's DoorDash, which is just opening as well.
Yeah,
I
and
think.
so the interesting thing about DoorDash is that obviously scraped some database, so they have everything on there.
Yeah.
But the restaurant doesn't even have to buy in. Like the restaurant doesn't even have to tick. So it's like this isn't an
So you're
official
externally
listing or whatever.
ordering for whoever,
Yeah.
and then there's a middleman essentially, as opposed to teaming up with the company.
which is sort of strange.
Well,
But
Uber provide hardware. So they've got the iPad or the little screen that do.
do you know what I saw that was awesome? I think it was Deliveroo in the UK. Look it up, 97. But this YouTuber tried to work out whether he could set up a restaurant in his apartment.
Oh, yeah.
And so he bought frozen meals from the supermarket down the road and took photos of them all and actually got verified. And so
That's
he
great.
was taking orders from his apartment and all he was doing was microwaving the meals.
Was he getting a rating?
Yeah, like the thing was that he wasn't getting many orders. And so you can do, with a lot of these services now, you can put discounts and stuff. And so he was like 40% off or whatever. And so he's like, oh, we've got another one for the linguine or whatever. He's like, mate,
Yeah, he made £100.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
£100
Yeah,
just
yeah,
from
yeah.
his little
And
store.
the funny thing is they gave him like a point of sale, like iPad and all that sort of thing, a receipt. So it's printing it all out.
I'd heard about that in Melbourne, a burger place. Someone was doing burgers from their house at some point. Did you hear any of this stuff?
No, I didn't hear about that one. I think one of them, I'm not sure if it's Deliveroo or Uber. No, it's not Uber.
Is
It's,
Foodora still around or no? Foodora,
Something went. One of them.
I think that might have been the one that went.
there was,
Because remember Deliveroo and Foodora
Look, the
came
same
out at the same time. Foodora had the pink.
I don't think Fedora, well, I don't,
Yeah, I think they may have gone.
I think it was Deliveroo. They have like a mini kitchen set up where it's literally, they don't sell to public. It's just for deliveries.
Mr.
And-
Miyagi do that.
Yeah, I think,
Readers
there's-
do it as well. Readers have Little Readers, which is an offshoot, like 2 doors down,
Okay.
where they just do that.
But there's one where it's a kitchen that just has all types of food.
Oh,
So it's almost like room service where you go, oh, what do I feel like tonight? And I think it's a branded restaurant from maybe it's Deliveroo.
That's great.
So our mates at Redfern Convenience Store,
Yeah.
they do delivery through their convenience store. So you can get like chocolates
Through,
and
like-
through Deliveroo.
Deliveroo.
Yeah. So you can get all that. And I'm noticing
Isn't that like, because the whole point
Lazy?
of his,
Yes.
well, no, but the whole point of his thing is to have his favourite customers come in. Is he just going to start losing?
well, it's also that, but also it's convenience.
Yeah, it is
So
a convenient
it's
store.
it's a very convenient.
Super
to have shit to-
convenient.
But I
You'll
agree.
just see his Instagram feed is just going to be his favourite Deliveroo drivers now.
Well, there's a lot of Insta stories of the receipts of what people are ordering.
Invasion of privacy.
Well, there was a couple of times where I was like, the phone number's on there. I never said it because I don't think it's my place to point it out.
I think it's such a great idea because people are ordering packets of chips,
Yeah.
Lamington packet of chips.
But do you know what?
and it's 1 a.m. stoners that can't get out of their house.
So good.
My favourite one was the messaging. I think was a bit off. It was like avoid the Sydney smoke order on, Deliveroo. That was thinking about the riders.
Someone's got to do it.
Someone's
Well, they're
delivering.
getting paid, mate.
Here's your
Surely
order.
they get, health compo down the track some point.
Absolutely not.
Have you guys been on the the page for the Redfern Convenience?
Yes, yeah.
featured, yes.
So we actually did a live show from
there
there,
you
which
go,
was
didn't hear
great.
that one.
And then so he featured us then, which was
Because I used to live around the corner from that store.
Oh, really?
And all my friends were just so desperate to be featured on the page. But then you knew, like, you can't go in. You got to play it cool. You can't go in and just go, oh, can I be in the page?
You just have to do a big order and be passionate. If I was to do it, I'd be like, mate, I need 1,000 LaCroix. I mean, it's a big investment.
It is a big investment. My mate had a plan. Like, he bought one of the T-shirts, the merch, and took it over.
Try harder. Hang on. Was he on TV? No, because there was a guy I saw that Ben Fordham was talking about it, where there was a guy who was in New Zealand because he got fired or something. No, he got fired. His the interview, like his exit interview for his work, he dressed up as a clown.
The clown. I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then he was interviewed on one of the talk shows, and he was wearing a Redfern Convenience T-shirt.
No, it wasn't that one. No, he wasn't as good as that now. Well, you just ruined my story.
So I've done the classic thing. So if we were to relate this back to radio, what I've done is normally you have, if you have 3 callers, put the good one at the end.
But sometimes if the story before you're soliciting is so good, you're like, well, the calls aren't going to be as good.
Yeah.
Just keep it as one break.
Just drop it.
So just drop it.
And so,
drop the story, thanks.
So we drop it. No one to hear it. So,
no.
So
He's like, I bought a T-shirt. I'm going to the UK to Glastonbury's festival and I'm going to wear it in front of the iconic stage, get a photo and send it back. And within an hour it was posted and it was like, great, I'm done here.
But he wasn't officially a customer of the day.
No, he used to be. Well, that's a good point. Well, no, he used to be a customer quite frequently.
No, but it's a specific benchmark.
Well, okay, so he's failed then. You can tell him that then. I'm not.
What are your benchmarks of the show? And what is a benchmark for non-radio people?
Benchmarks are like a regular segment that you do, usually once a week, could be once a day, or look at benchmarks. We change around a lot. Tradioki is one of our biggest ones, which
you travelled for that.
We travelled. Yes, we have travelled for that. Yeah. It was essentially because we realised tradies listen to the show a lot between 6 and 7. That early start in the morning, and we wanted some sort of something to do with them because it's just a really good audience to reach out to. And so we thought, let's just do a karaoke segment with tradies. Actually it started organically because there was a video on the Today Show or Sunrise or something of a tradie singing opera. And we thought, let's see if there's any tradies that can sing like that as well. Called out for some tradies. Some came through and sang. And we realised they have no filter, tradies. They just, they just happy to do anything, always up for some fun.
Yeah.
But also have a very weird selection of music. Like when you hear one call up, you go, oh, he's probably going to do a Jimmy Barnes song here. No, I've got a Kelly Clarkson number for you. It's always kills.
Well, when you think of tradies, you think of Triple M.
That's it. Yeah. But we have
so it's a different. So it's a type of, I guess, the Fox or hit listening tradie. Are they certain trades? Do you find that bricklayers stick to Triple M?
We have a lot of chippies call through for that segment.
There's a lot of good looking sort of
And then we also do like bend what a tradie is. Like we've had truck drivers, which technically could be a trade. Like
person.
That sort of thing. But either way, so we've done that version. Then we did like a rooftop. At our rooftop, we had some perform for a huge crowd. So we did it live, Tradioki live. And then this year we did Tradiokio, which we took tradies to the home of karaoke to Tokyo in Japan and got to compete in the karaoke competition over there.
I just sell that
I thought Tradioki couldn't get any better, the name, and then Tradiokio.
Oh, and you know what? I've got the next one for next year, for this year.
Can you say it?
I'm not going to say it.
Is it going to be, you're going to be travelling somewhere?
Hopefully, yes.
We're now trying to work it out.
And so the client, who was the client? Who paid for you guys to go? Who was the supporting partner in that?
Sheen Panel Service.
Yeah, great.
And we had one of their panel beaters from one of their stores called up and entered, and we're like, we've got to bring him along.
That's so good.
So he was one of our tradies that came with us.
And so for people who don't know within the radio space, what's the requirement if they throw a bunch of cash at something like this? What does it look like from a content integration point of view? When does it start?
Well, they usually buy a sponsorship package. So like you're sponsoring the show. So you'll get, daily mentions. You'll get mentions on social media, which is all sorted out through salespeople.
Are they structured? Are they scripted? Are they off the cuff?
A bit of everything. They kind of get the gist of what we're doing, and there are some recorded lines that are scripted and approved usually, but then when it comes to being part of an integration within the show, they've got to give her the trust for the show to kind of own it. They know where it's sort of going, but they're very good with that sort of stuff.
Have you had a favourite credit line in 2019? So I remember there was moments where when I was working on Fifi and Jules where they had to mention, whether it be Nando's or whatever, and they just worked out a really good way of doing it where it's like, tick that off. Oh, yeah, no, we've got that credit. Has there been anything that's been like a really natural credit?
Well, do you know what worked really well for us? We were sponsored by Mandalay Homes, which is a home...
is it a home and land package?
Home and land package estate in Beveridge, which is, 40 minutes from the city near the airport. Yeah. And so they've been quite a good sponsor to us last year and next year as well. And we lived there for one night. So we took the show there for a night and did all the things that they were wanting to promote.
Do they have, because I remember Radio Karate in about 2006 did a video which got onto the Comedy Channel where they were in a display home and someone was living in a display home that had no water. And had it was like a mockumentary. So this was more than just a display home. This was actually, it had utilities.
Yeah. So I think someone actually just we rented it almost from them for a couple of days and they got a holiday for it, which was good for them. But it just sort of allowed our guys to sort of live there, and like there was a golf course at the back of the house, there was a pool, a clubhouse, like all those sort of things, and the guys all just did that and recorded some content. But then moving forward, anytime we have them on as a sponsor, our guys just refer to, I remember we lived there and how good's the pool? Well, yeah, you pushed me into the pool. Like it's because they've lived there, it's just naturally something that's happened to them now that doesn't feel like they're making something up. It's a genuine sponsorship. It's great.
I remember I got in trouble from Kerry Jones, who was a producer when I was at Fifi and Jules. I did a tweet about a restaurant that I wasn't happy with. And it was a client.
Yeah. You've got to be super careful. I think these days with social media, and there is a social media policy. I'm always very careful with.
It's like Uber
slander.
Well, see,
that's why I have fake accounts to troll people.
No, because I guess I remember Tim Lee had not Tim Lee on Instagram or whatever as his I'm not Tim Lee as a way of like being able to slam people and being like, no, it's a parody account. It's not me.
Well, that's a very good point. Like everyone has, views and opinions on my own on their accounts, but I think that only covers you to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Like
if it loses the business money, you've still lost the business money.
Totally.
But what about doing like talk breaks? So for instance, say if I'm at McDonald's and I find some bug in the thing, but it's a Big Mac and it's very related to that story. Is that what's the filter system? Like, because I know that's a sensitivity that we have. It's 97 gets his beautiful hair done by Rachel Vitullo, Australia's #1 hair colorist. If a guest comes in,
just says at least once a show.
Exactly. When someone comes in and goes, I don't know about your hair, I'm like, no, but seriously, it's quite nice. And Rachel did a beautiful job.
I mentioned it already earlier. Yeah. I think it's hard. Like, look, if it's big news, if it's in the news, you kind of go, if it's necessary to the story, you've got to mention it because you're reporting on something.
Yeah, sure.
But if it's an irrelevant kind of part of, like, you just go, I was at a burger place or I was at a fast food restaurant that rhymes with McDonald's.
Have you had any moments though where you get the call where it's like, maybe don't mention that?
I haven't. Oh, no, I haven't actually. No.
Is the sensitivity, because I guess just in real time, say even meat or whatever, say if you're doing something on the Veggie stuff and being like, meat's fucked, I guess if you just think about all the companies that are associated with meat, is it just like in this day and age, do they just accept the fact that people have a diverse range of opinions on this?
Well, you have to. Because if you look at social media, you can't control every single comment happening around the world. And I suppose if you're a big media company, that's kind of somewhere you can have more control. But at the end of the day, you've got to have opinions and you just be super careful, I think, how you do it.
So you got like a ad blocks every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That are just triggering off sort of 5 ads.
Yeah.
Are you thinking at the metro level, what are those ads and what is the content and does it relate to them?
I never think about that.
Oh, that's good.
I'll always be like, you're very conscious of the big companies and who could be. And I'm always, if we're doing a phone topic when someone's calling through and going, where have you found something weird in your food? I'd tell every caller, don't say the brand, just say I was having a burger or whatever it is, just because, again, you don't need to know.
I love the idea that punters just fucking it up though. It's just like, I had a burger at
Oh,
McDonald's.
no, that happens. Like when they say a brand, you're like, oh, their ads are coming up next.
Yeah. I mean, so what we're worried about is advertisers and one thing pulling cash, but then on the other side, it's
Controlling.
listeners thinking they're fucking just controlled by all these brands. They're sellouts or they're.
But if you've got mates, so I guess like the example is like if we have a mate of the show, some people won't like that person, some people will. There's all that, like you can have someone that you're friends with but other people hate. If someone comes on the show and then says something disparagingly about that person that you're friends with, you want to be able to protect them in some way, right? Because like it's not about like bullshitting, but it's just like being a little bit of a filter system. I guess that's the same thing with brands. If you've got partners that are supporting and working, you get to see the inside bit of how hard it actually is to run a restaurant.
Yeah. Everyone is suffering right now. I think even in the big one, like I get you look along the streets, in this sort of north side of Melbourne, there's so many smaller stores shutting down. And it is genuinely because of bigger stores taking their, or even online stores as well. But even the big supermarkets are suffering as well. Like no one's, like everything's sort of just diluting and being spread out, and people are losing money from what they thought they could absolutely smash.
Yeah, it's a weird time.
Yeah.
So this year, 2020.
Yes.
What are you excited about in life?
Oh, God, I haven't thought about that yet. Not much, really. Like I feel, you know what? We were talking the other day.
You got a job.
We went for you know what it is. That I've got a good stable job, and last year I bought an apartment for my first time buying.
Yeah, Fev was the
guarantor.
No, but that was the whole sand debacle. The north side, it was a big issue around Collingwood. About all the,
From my
from the
artificial
fake grass.
Last time I was on the show, I think I told the story
yes,
I had artificial grass installed in my balcony in my apartment.
My apartment block is a few blocks down, and that the sand is still making its way across.
I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
Yeah,
Sorry
but
about
Leon's
that.
got grass. That's all that
So
matters.
there actually is an update because we have a Facebook group in this apartment, and there's about 100, must be like 80 or 90, I think, apartments in this complex. And there's a Facebook group, which when I first moved in, I thought, that's a really cool idea. It's like Secret Life of Us, like everyone's friends. There's a communal rooftop.
But everyone thought about Facebook in general, right? Oh, this is great. It's like Secret Life of Us.
That's it. But then, because originally it was like nice messages like, hey, I'm moving in on Thursday. Can anyone help me get a fridge up? Or, hey, I'm having drinks on the rooftop tomorrow night. Does someone want to come up? It's become almost a point where everyone's got this open slab that go, I'm going to just complain and bitch about stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And
Is it all owners or is it people who rent?
I think if you rent, if you rent, you can be on the group as well.
Bree is still a member of a group where we used to live, and she's always saying, I'm so glad we don't live there, because it's always like, which idiot put this couch in the bin
That's it.
room?
And what I've realised is, all these complaints and these negative things coming through, none of us in this apartment building would know about if this Facebook group doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like
It's like news cycle. It's news.com.au for you.
Exactly right. So I had the first time I've had, so last week or the week before, had a little bit of a party. Not a party. I had people over for drinks and it got a bit out
How
of
many
hand.
people?
7 or 8.
Okay. It's not bad.
That's a small gathering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
not
we
bad.
had a communal rooftop,
Uh-huh.
and at 10 o'clock, we went, yep, cool, let's head back downstairs to my apartment because don't want to make noise on the roof.
Sure.
That's the official time for, cut off. We had drinks, and then a few of those people left. So by the end, there was probably 4 or 5 of us, and we're out in our balcony having some drinks.
Yeah.
They were having a smoke, having a chat, and it went till about 3 or 4 a.m. And we weren't playing music. Like we turned the music down. I remember that because I was like, let's not play the music too loudly.
Turn the music down. You're so angry.
I can hold my alcohol, mate. I'm like you.
I've seen it. He can.
I'm drunk now. And I understand, look, people do work and people have to have, they're quiet and stuff, but they are soundproof doors and windows at that place because we live next to a massive live music venue. So you need to be able to close the doors and windows and no noise. So someone wrote this complaint, like a really just like, it was 2 paragraphs of like, how dare you this, like it was very Greta Thunberg. Like it was, blah, blah, blah. People are trying to sleep. You were up all night with loud music and throwing cigarette butts. And I guarantee we weren't throwing cigarette butts because we don't.
Yeah, you go. No.
But, And then people started chiming in, and it became a bit of a witch hunt. Like I think it was level 7 or 704, and I'm 604. Shouldn't have said that actually. Shit. But like it was almost trying to pinpoint who it was, and it was that real thing of me. I was about to go, yeah, I heard it too. How rude.
It's the grass guy all over again.
Not every like
But I know who it is, and they have dogs that bark like at 6 a.m. every morning, and I felt like going, well, why don't you shut your dogs up? Like,
Yeah.
But then,
You're gonna
and I
have to
saw
kill the
someone write,
dogs. You're gonna have to
I
kill the
tried
dogs.
yelling out to them, but they didn't hear us, and I didn't know which door to
you
knock
fucking
on.
did not. No one
I
knocked
didn't.
on my fucking door.
Well, that's
Got
the
him.
thing.
Got him.
But then at the end of it, I thought, felt stressed for about a day because I was like, well, I don't want to be that dickhead.
Did you stay
person.
home?
I never have parties and stuff at my house. And again, we were very careful not to have loud music and stuff. It was just obviously we were talking too loud. And then I realized, no, fuck, if I didn't even have this Facebook page, I wouldn't have known about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So it's just all these people are just finding a way to.
So what did you do?
I had another party.
more sand. I mean,
Yeah,
these
it's
people
just
shouldn't have a microphone. This is what they've. This is what it's giving them.
That's it.
An opportunity to do it.
It's morphed into this. It was a nice little sort of community, and now it's a bit like, oh, well, you're all dickheads.
Could you turn it? Could you turn the culture around? How about you do a post, being like, you know, end of the year or whatever, and just being like really nice. Being like,
what
hey,
about Redfern convenience store approach?
Community member of the week. Or what about you could even do something around like, I mean, you're a producer. You could do something around highlights. Maybe you could do a, fuck, this is good. This is good. What about you write a song
Yeah.
where it's all about the shit that went down in the building in 2019. So it's like, you know, sand in the air.
No, just like, go on.
Yeah.
No, you got to bury the lead.
So, no, but I think it could be like if you parodize, like if you make it satirical, then people can sort of deal with the issues more, right? So it's like noises after 10, sand in the air, everybody go. Fuck yourself.
Could you get a outsourced social media manager to be the community manager on the page?
That's a great idea.
Hi,
not a
Janet.
bad
Thanks
idea.
for getting back. We're looking into, and you build out some character that acts like they're
Fuck.
from the.
A character. How funny would it be to have a character in the page?
Like a mascot for the building. Like,
Crazy Jeff.
No, I'm Crazy Jeff. No, I'm just, yeah, what about, who's, I'm excited. Who was he?
Oh,
Big Kev.
Big Kev. What about like
He's dead.
give
Rest in peace, Big Kev.
Big Kev's profile
see it
pic.
coming.
And it could all be Kev. No, I think it's definitely
So
something.
maybe you think it needs a moderator.
Like
Just
someone
moderating
neutral ground, someone that doesn't care, doesn't even live there. But it's like,
I'll be honest, you know what? I commented on something this morning just to alleviate my guilt because someone last night must have been having a party. I didn't hear it because soundproof windows.
Yeah.
But where are we?
Someone had a party, didn't hear anything. Good job, guys.
Someone wrote this last night. Hey guys, we're in 501 and have been woken up by stomping and banging from the apartment above us. It's been going on for at least an hour now. I'm not quite sure which apartment it is, but it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Would appreciate if you could chill out up there.
that was posted at that time.
That was that time.
Fucking close your eyes and meditate.
That's it. Headphones, sound, noise plugs. Like probably also a good reminder to everyone else in the building not to be considerate to your neighbours. Blah 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 blah.
Talia.
And I wrote
Fuck off.
Yeah, I'm on level 6 and could hear something from down the hall. Wasn't sure which number though. Because it made me feel like I'm almost like, yeah, this is not good. And it kind of takes me out of the picture from that previous complaint last week.
No, I think you're absolutely part of the problem. You are. The most fucked up thing is you're also Talia. You've got multiple accounts, 40 of the. That's the other thing. You probably should start trying to get other accounts in there that are you, so that when it comes to things like polling, so if they ever do a poll around, then you've got more weight on the whole poll because you keep got 20 accounts.
So I'm in the owners corp as well. So that's probably more professional than just a poll on Facebook.
But I feel like this is where it's all going though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So do you take any specific, do they have treasurers and stuff in the owners corp?
I think as a group in the owners corp, we all agree on finances and stuff for the apartment building.
Any weird expenses that you've had?
No, not really. We've been.
Do you have CCTV?
Yeah, we have. Actually, someone tried to break in, so we said let's just get more CCTV around the back of the building. Just covers us insurance wise for the building. But that's pretty much it.
What's your body corporate fee?
I can't remember.
Because how it
It's all
works, because
part
there's
of
like
my-
rates
it's in
and shit.
my-
Like it's all like there's all these things.
there's
right?
rates and body corp fees altogether.
What's your internet like?
It's not bad. It's we're forced to go with the one provider.
Which one is it? G Telecom? Is it really
It's
close
one
by?
I've never heard of.
It's on. Is it on like the same street? Because I got installed internet at our place the same day we moved in. It was G Telecom, and they're very good. And
Well,
they've
that's
got-
their thing is that you should call them and they just flick it on
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's
It's all connected.
Not bad, but
Are you finding out?
Yeah,
Try G Telecom. He looking up late notices.
yeah,
Text messages.
bills I haven't paid.
He's just going through his iPhone.
Is it fast or?
Gosh. Yeah, it's fine. Like, I haven't had any issues with it. I don't measure the speed. I don't know. It doesn't
Should.
affect me. Well,
Well, no.
fuck, if you want to come over and measure my internet, come and measure it.
It sounds like a good good evening. No, but our mate Pete Shepherd just moved into a place. That was the first thing, getting him to do speed tests. Turns
Elwood's
out,
shit house.
well, they've got NBN.
Maybe.
But the thing is, the problem was that he was on the lowest plan. So he's getting 11 megabits down, 1 megabit up. How is he going to run?
That's worse
Yucky.
than ADSL.
Yeah. And
Well,
so I was
you
like,
know what? I think he might just be being a tight ass because the one above it's $5 more.
Well, so that's what he said.
ridiculous.
But so he,
$10 more.
Yeah, $10 more, and he gets like 48 megabits.
That's the one I'm on.
Yeah.
There's an NBN.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do. You couldn't find
It's
it.
like
It does-
$60 a month or something, and it's completely
there was a
fine.
time in 2019 that I had like industrial grade, because they're like, you can go as fast as you want.
It's just you don't need it.
And so I got like 200 megabits up and down. It was like,
What were you paying
It was
a month?
180.
oh god,
But it was so fast. But it was so fast that I couldn't even use it all. So I ended up downgrading. But
And so, so
wise.
2019, you bought an apartment. It's a great accomplishment.
So I think it's just nice to sort of be settled because I've worked in radio for 11 years. I've been at the company and I've moved around a fair bit, moved from show to show, moved interstate back and forwards. And it's just nice to have somewhere I can set up just for a little bit and just breathe and enjoy.
And you weathered the redundancies.
I did.
So the lot went.
It was not
But
great.
you've got your job. I mean, in terms of being in those senior positions, talent are on contract, so they're signed for X amount of years. Is it just you've got a job?
so
how
with
it
the
works,
breakfast,
or-
would talent if talent was to move
Yeah.
tomorrow, would you still be the breakfast
Yeah, how's it
EP?
work?
Yeah. I'm employed by that station to be executive producer
Yeah,
of
sure.
breakfast.
Yeah.
So I'm not like a contractor to do
Yeah,
the
yeah,
show.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Are you trying to poach me?
No, yeah. We actually we thought about that. We're like,
Yeah.
imagine what it would. How
hang
much
on.
would it cost?
No, as a team, like,
EP.
we'll think about if we had Leon and 97 working together,
Yeah.
it'd
Unstoppable.
be great. Yeah, it'd be a big thing. I mean, we've got 10 years, so we've got a while. So if in like 2 years' time, you're like, you want
well, I'm glad that offer's out there.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's okay.
Yeah, it's not rock
I
solid.
can
We
moderate
haven't-
your Facebook page.
it makes sense to sort of just bunker down. You've got it all sorted.
Yeah.
Does that not mean? I think we can get in the trap of like we need to progress, so we're always looking. Like it's counterintuitive, not counterintuitive, but we spend so much time trying to make something of our career, or so it always
It's
feels like you're trying to
anxiety-inducing.
progress.
It's just like it's that whole thing of like if being present is the goal,
Yeah.
then trying to force that through thinking about the future doesn't really work, does it?
Like there's always people like, all right, what's next for you? What's next? What's next? Where you see yourself in 5 years? And I don't like, radio can be so unpredictable. Like there's no real proper end game for me right now because it's going to be different in 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is. I'm happy to ride the wave, but also I'm very present in, I love my job and I make sure I do my best every single day, but also keeping myself creatively, having that
Fulfilled,
creative.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I'm still doing that as well. Like there's always a challenge there, and I, have fun on the side as well. Like keep myself
Good
fresh.
balance. Yeah, you do the DJing stuff, DJ Shergz.
And that's, I think, actually, you know what? This year I want to focus more on like that as. So I think last time I was on the show, I just started
yeah.
DJing, and when I say DJing, I'm not a DJ. Like I'm a
something
glorified song
fun-
picker.
But there's something so fun about that. Like I'm actually seeing the. We had Grant Smiley on the show.
Yeah.
Lovely dude. And
So he's a DJ.
Yeah, no, but
Not a DJ. He's a DJ.
but there is something about this, the performance in just being like being able to, because I see your Insta stories or whatever, and just being able to control the room. And Grant Smiley
That's it.
says, "You're fucking mine." I think is
That's what I do. Look, I'm covering the lack of skill I have DJing with props. We bought a bubble machine for the bar the other
Really,
night.
not balloons. Good.
No, that's it. Yeah. We had confetti cannons the other week though as well. So, but biodegradable, they disintegrate.
And no straws.
No straws, no straws. But yeah, so I started DJing in the sense of a friend of mine had a bar and said, "Hey, do you want to DJ?" And I was like, "I don't know how to." She goes, "You'll be fine. Just hit your Spotify up and some CDs and just play some songs and have some fun." And then it progressed. My friend opened a bar. She asked me to DJ there, and I started to teach myself on the deck. So within the last year, I've picked up a lot more skills than I used to have. But I've been asked to DJ a gig several times. I've said no because I'm scared that I'm going to get found out that I'm not a DJ. It's like, I'm not really a DJ.
This has happened to us with MTV.
Oh,
so
yes.
MTV and Visit Victoria. MTV said, "Guys, we want to get you on doing, there's 6 music events. We want you to do coverage for them." They're like, MTV was saying, "You're going to be the music correspondents, but we get that you're not really like fully into music." And then, so we were like, great. They understand our brand. They know what we're about. And then we met with Visit Vic. And they're like, it's just great that you're, passionate about music, and we're just like, yes.
Yes.
I
know everything about them.
Yeah, we love music. Yeah, I know vinyl. Is that a little bit like that? So you sort of started on the Spotify, and then before you know it, I'm doing an event for Victoria.
I'm doing an event in like 2 weeks for the radio station.
Oh, great.
For this. There's an artist around now called Lizzo. I'm not sure if you know her.
Huge.
You probably would because you at least know pop culture.
You know it.
Yes.
That's
know it.
like an MTV meeting.
Singing one of the songs. No, just give him one of the main songs.
Juice. I'm trying to think which one he would know.
The one that's played on the radio constantly.
Like
What
tones
a man,
and yeah.
That's Salt and Pepper.
No. What?
Bit of remix.
What?
Don't play it. No, he says I don't want to deal with the copyright.
Either way, she's
100%
become the biggest artist in the world. She had 8 Grammy nominations.
Bigger than what's her name?
Celine Dion. Yep.
No,
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
I think you go right now. Yeah, Billie Eilish was bigger earlier this year. She's.
Okay.
I saw her at the start of the year in the UK.
Yeah.
Came back and thought she's going to be massive. We should really get
This
on
is
to her.
Lizzie.
Lizzo.
Lizzo.
God, absolutely. That's exactly what my mum said the other week. She was like, "Oh, is that Lizzie chick?" Close enough, mum. But I came back and was like, "We really need to get onto her as a radio station. She's going to be huge." Eventually, we got onto her and we're playing her music now, like everyone is. But she's coming to Australia and we've pushed, and now she's playing a concert for our listeners. Like we're putting on this party with her. And they're like, "Oh, we need like a support sort of DJ person beforehand." And they're like, "Well, Leon's a massive fan. He was one pushing it from the start. We should just get him to do it."
This is
I was
so
like,
good.
"Okay, I'm not a DJ."
What date is this? What date?
This is January 13.
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, I'm shitting myself.
Saturday or Sunday?
It's a Monday.
Monday.
Why not?
The best day for a DJ.
Well, that's even harder because if it's a Saturday, people are drunk and they,
Yeah.
again, like they don't really know, but it's a Monday. So since then, I've like wiped my music collection since I found out. I've got new equipment.
Burning new CDs.
I'm repurchasing all like music because I was just ripping stuff off YouTube and
really?
I've realized they're terrible quality.
Yeah.
Like, so when you're playing like speakers at a bar at 3 a.m, it doesn't really make a difference. But you're at a proper stage at a beach party before the biggest artist in the world. I really need to.
So will you practice the set? Will you go through all the songs?
I don't want to like set it out. I never go in with an idea of a set. I know a lot of music. And I just go, I'll start with something I know that gets everyone going, and then I'll read the vibe. Like the bar I work at, it has a lot of hens parties, a lot of different sort of vibes that people come in. It's 70s, 80s bar. And I'll see if a hens party comes in and then not much of a dance floor, Whitney Houston, I want to dance with somebody, gets them all up. And then you go a bit more female.
Yeah, I love that.
I was just thinking what's next level? Cock straws. There's a lot of
biodegradable cock straws.
Are they biodegradable? There's a lot of plastic.
The paper ones, they'll just go all soft. Didn't they?
And we know we don't want soft cocks in our
soft cocks. Nothing worse. Soggy soft cocks. There's the title of today's episode.
Yeah. So
I love that
this
you
is Jan 4. It's today, Jan 4. I've got 9 days.
Yeah.
And I'll be shitting myself still. Like I'm. Yeah.
Just don't play her music. Listen.
I know. Like I play all her songs before she comes there and go, well, I've got nothing left to do. So
I actually,
I'm thinking about more props. Do I bring the bubble machine for my friend's bar? Do I like?
what about this?
It's a good shirt.
Yeah. Okay.
I was at I was emceeing a Christmas event, and logistically there needed some work in regards to all the sets, and they were going overtime. So it was meant to go from like 10 a.m. to midday.
Yeah.
And when I got the run sheet, it said like 10 a.m. till 12:50. So it was an extra 50 minutes of stuff, right? But no one who was attending the event knew that. And there was, the song, what is it, like Santa Claus, the high five one that they always play, like Santa's coming.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
No, it's not Santa Claus. Santa Claus, I'm trying to think of how it goes. Type in high five, Santa's coming. But there's this like classic.
Typing that.
Yeah, there's a classic song that like carols by candlelight they always play and what I think gets kids pumped.
I guarantee it's Santa Claus is coming to
Yeah.
town.
No, it's definitely no.
Santa Claus is coming.
It's definitely not Santa
So
Claus.
it's not a.
It's called Santa Claus is coming.
Can you
but it's
get
not
the
coming to
lyrics,
town.
please? Can you get the lyrics?
What side are you
Santa
on?
Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming. He's not very far away. Time to hang your stockings up. Tomorrow's Christmas Day.
Keep going. I don't know it yet.
Put a piece of pie or cake on a pretty Christmas plate. Remember Rudolph's carrot. Oh, we can hardly wait.
I've never heard this
Christmas
song in my life.
tree is twinkling. Christmas pudding stirring. Presents are all wrapped and stacked because everybody's heard. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming.
You know what? Can you just? I know that we never play copyright stuff. Can you just play 10 seconds of it, please?
You're using your one copyright thing for
I
this.
think if high five takes me down, let it be it. Can you play it, please?
I think there's only 4 of them now. So
Okay, here we go. All right, this is
No longer high.
Here we go.
Here we go.
just 5. Oh, that's a bad
You guys will know it. Santa Claus is coming. He's coming.
Never heard this in my life.
Never heard this in my life.
Perfect. Cut.
Never heard that in my life.
That was perfect because I reckon that was a karaoke version, even harder for it to suit us.
No, never heard it.
And that's the quality of Shergz songs.
So you say you should drop that before Lizzo?
No, so what happened at the event? So there was a group that were doing the song Santa Claus is coming, which is great.
I think it's a takeoff of another song.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Like, write an original song high five.
And so, but
I know you're not the Wiggles, but aim higher.
so someone played this song, right? A group performed the song, and then there was a lady on a performer 2 performances after, and her set. We were running overtime.
Yeah.
And she's like, plays that song. And she's like, I know that it's already been played, but let's do it again. And it's
such a hit. They want to hear it again.
And if you were to cut, we should have been cutting stuff out, right? From a timing perspective. And she played it. I just thought it was so brave to have someone else play a song 3 songs before you and then go, let's do it again.
That is super brave.
Yeah.
It's...
So definitely don't play Lizzo's music. I think that's safe to say.
Yeah, definitely
I'll
don't.
be very careful with that.
What? How many people? Where is that being?
Rooftop?
No, it's one of the bars on St Kilda Beach. It's gonna be a beach party, so it's like a big
great.
setup for a beach party.
Amazing.
Lovely.
Amazing. Can we come?
I mean, it's at the beach. I'm sure
Can we come see Lizzie?
Yeah.
A lot of fans are trying to get in, including Lizzie. No, look, we'll see what we can do.
Well, we want to come to support you. I don't
This
give a
feels a
fuck
little
about
bit
this.
like-
I just want to come and see the support act.
No, I actually want to.
To be
I would
honest.
leave if I had to come. I would come and watch you in the
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
You know, I'm building this up. It probably is just like I'll be playing background music.
You won't
whilst
actually be on
people
the
get
stage.
ready. yeah, probably. Yeah.
Well, maybe, You
No,
just,
if you want
with
us to come and
Bluetooth.
support you, you need some.
I will let you know.
The Gronks,
Fans?
we could all do it.
We'll get
yeah,
down.
surely. Well, we're trying to do deals with free tickets. Callum Sinclair from the Sydney Swans is potentially getting us to
Yeah.
a footy game next year
Oh, good.
or this year. So maybe we could do some wheeling and dealing and say, hey, bro, if you're in Melbourne, our mate's DJing for Lizzo. And we could get him on there as well. And he's AFL, so there's
Big
some
name.
Big name.
Yeah.
Ruckman, so probably quite tall, so at the back, not the front. But
But I'm sure
The
you're not
logistics are
gonna,
there.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not going to have a problem getting other people to come down and watch you.
Yeah,
If Lizzie's playing.
but if it,
she sold out in 3 seconds.
but
her show in
also
Melbourne,
January
so-
13, it's sort of people are going away and stuff. So if it is quiet.
Okay. It won't be quiet. I can let you know. They don't want us to get to town. Mate, Lizzie's going pretty well.
That is, I haven't.
She just played SNL, Saturday Night Live this week, I think. Yeah.
That is such a radio. The hottest tickets in town is such a radio producer thing to say.
but,
Everything's hottest tickets in town.
They absolutely are. I've said it so many times about shit we have to sell.
Yeah.
But this is genuinely the hottest ticket
in town.
Yeah,
Hottest
yeah.
artist.
Yeah.
Be like if Post Malone was here.
Have you
That's
ever
it.
done a
Yeah.
music shift?
I haven't actually.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Which is fun because I'm such a music person. I think I've gotten to radio because I love music, but like ironically what I do right now isn't very music based. But that's why I feel like and again, this is that sort of creative thing with a bit of music on the side with DJing.
2020, could you maybe do one shift for a weekend for fun?
I reckon I could.
It'd be great. We'll film
There
it.
was talk of the DJ sets I do at my friend's bar is a 70s, 80s, 60s, 70s, 80s thing. So I love older music, and so our station doesn't play that. But old school stuff is very popular for
very
younger people
in.
now. And there was talk of me doing like a Saturday night sort of a party thing
Oh, that'd be
once
great.
on the radio station, but that sort of never eventuated. So maybe I should just push for that.
A late night shift.
Yeah,
Just pre-record it. Maybe just play your shift from
the duck.
Oh,
Simulcast from the.
that'd be good.
I got sent yesterday a full hour set, a live set from somebody.
Yeah.
It's like it actually like
People
if you
do
got a good webcam or
Who's
something.
sending you that stuff?
Oh, Conspiracy Jimmy. He always sending me music.
He loves it,
Just
doesn't
send you a
he?
good sort of 1 hour mix.
It was a 1 hour mix. You might know this person.
Can I just play it before Lizzo?
Is it SoundCloud?
And pretend like I'm doing
Yeah,
something?
it's even got applause.
It's
and
all
cheers and this
YouTube.
as
It's
well.
all YouTube. So he sends me.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
all
yeah.
like there's heaps on YouTube. This
Oh,
weird
there's so many. SoundCloud is full of just DJ mixes from people.
Does he preface it with
Amsterdam.
anything?
This is
What does he say?
Kells. He just said Kells killing it. And then
Who
he
is
just said,
Cal's?
Oh, the kookiest dude. I didn't even know who he is. But it was an hour long set. Jesus.
No
They're
premium
getting
YouTube.
a free
Is that DD
yeah,
or what is
yeah,
it?
they're getting
DD, yeah,
DD ad
DD.
just got to run. Amsterdam
And a
full
mention.
show. Anyway. It's
Did you bring that up to tell us about DD?
yeah. And
So
this is how
that's
we
how you do
integrate.
integration.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe I should get a
That's it.
sponsor on board for my set.
Anyway, I got to get a DD back
Give
home
me a
right now.
daily talk show hat and
Oh, that'd be yes.
got one.
I'll give one to Lizzie.
Somewhere.
Yeah,
Hey,
we'll
Lizzie.
definitely. I'd love that. Lizzie would love it, and we'll get some stickers and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, okay, this is very good. It's a daily
Shergz.
talk show.
I'll pop it on my laptop. Yeah, we'll be.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
So Kate Mead, who does radio in where area?
Warrnambool.
Warrnambool.
Yes.
She has the daily talk show on her laptop, and so whenever they're doing outside broadcasts,
Great.
people see it. So no, I'd love that. Leon Sjogren, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Hi@thedailytalkshow.com is the email address if you want to send us an email. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe, whether that's on Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Spotify, even on YouTube. That's another place to get us. And if you're enjoying the show as well, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars only, please. That's it for today. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys.